How are you?
Not bad at all. Alright. Are we, how's everybody doing? Mic check, everybody?
Good. Hello?
Hello.
Yep. Like robot roll call.
Basically.
Doing alright.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Nope. Alright. We're actually starting without any technical difficulties. What a
Hooray!
magical time.
Dear God, why did you jinx it?
I said starting.
Totally.
Starting. We will definitely have some later. I am certain. But
No, the moment you say it, that means, like, the moment you start, it's gonna fuck up.
just let me have this.
Never!
Alrighty. So, what'd you guys do last week, guys?
Got the hell off that island.
At the Festinator 5000.
We had a few conversations with the leftover cultists. Recruited them, as pirates do.
Recruiting might be a strong word.
Did not
Or-
Shanghai. Shanghai is the term.
Shanghai works.
Is that also what we're calling incident with the baby?
Oh yeah, there was that baby.
Ah, yes. You found a baby. That also happened, yes.
And we did
Yeah,
not
we
put
got
it in the
back.
corner.
We got back, we talked to the professor, and, yeah, drank.
Yeah, sounds about right. You chatted with the professor. A bunch of you guys went off to do things in town, including meeting the Festinator 5000, of course.
Wow.
Hey,
Fisty McFistface. There was a poll.
I'm not gonna lie, the name has kind of grown on me after I keep like repeating it in my head a bunch of times.
Hey, I'm not judging.
I am.
That's okay. You can judge all you want.
No kink shaming.
shaming.
I've said it. It was last session. I said it. I haven't retconned it yet. It's canon. The Fistinator 5000 exists. There is nothing we can do.
Except fist or be fisted. I mean, if you destroy it, it's not there anymore.
Well, it just have to be either or.
Who's to say that there's only one, though?
Well, then it would be a Fistinator 5001.
I guess. I suppose. All right. Let's get to it though. So we begin with you guys at the dog? Question mark. In the docks district, you guys just got back from carousing, and you have another day until Diggeroy's pirate buddy gets his crew all sober, to take you guys to scale.
And I believe I need to wait until like early afternoon to talk to that druid leader.
You do, yes.
Okay.
Around like 1 or so in the afternoon.
Alright. Spend the morning nursing that headache. Holy shit. Spores do not understand hangovers. We believe we are dying.
That's how you know you had a good time.
Is that how it works? We are skeptical.
Just don't do it when you have stuff to do in the morning.
Or you
We
power
are
through it like
glad
an
our
adult.
stuff is in the afternoon times. But we have a meeting with the urban druids.
That's good.
Yes, we hope. At this point, she's just like taking the still like wet strands of hair and just kind of like sucking on, like soaking up some of the water just to hydrate.
What are you sprouting fungus roots like hair?
No, just she dumped water on herself in the morning, so she's soaked. So just like sucking on the hair ends.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah, you guys do have a day in the city. You can pick up some odd jobs or something if you want. You can go wandering around any of the districts or looking for stuff to buy or whatever you want.
Wondering what might be needed.
Yeah, I'm brainstorming things to do before we leave.
Great.
Where exactly were we headed? Were we going to that other island?
That was my impression.
Okay. Pondering if better armor might be good.
Yeah, go for it. There is also that There's also that trinket shop that you guys found, and a few potion shops around, if you're looking.
Potion shops, you say?
Potion shops, indeed.
Yeah, that
That
sounds
would
like
probably
that'd
be good.
Also, Bauer, you did find that lovely weak magic item shop, which I'll tell you guys right now, basically contains a shit ton of weapons and armor and trinkets that all have some magic properties. They're kind of often weak, but never off.
Can I find any magic crossbow bolts?
Let's see.
Curious as to what sort of odd effects I can get.
Yeah, I'm interested in random magic items too.
All right. Um, let's see. We do have crossbow bolts on the menu today. So you have shamanic bolts of breaking seals. Oh, these are not good. Whenever you're casting a spell as a ritual, you have advantage to maintain concentration on the ritual, and you may transfer the magic properties of this weapon to a melee weapon of your choosing, and lose the properties on the bolts.
Yeah, what?
Unless I'm missing something, when would you need concentration on a ritual?
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. What spells are...
I mean, you do need to concentrate to cast a ritual, but it does also take 60 rounds?
Yeah.
Is it a minute or 10 minutes?
10
Plus
minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, so 60 rounds. Jesus.
Yep.
So if you needed something like that, you're doing it wrong in the first place.
Yeah, that's
I mean-
really weird.
So in-game, these are rejects basically from the artificers in training at the university. Out of game, they're literally from a magic item generator that has a bunch of cool effects that I've found.
So, listen, shopkeep. That's nice and all, but I'm looking more for the sort of magic that will do something when I shoot it at somebody.
Wait. I'll give you
Not
5
like
copper
a
for him.
fancy focus.
5 copper won't even cover the materials in the bolts. I'm gonna need a bit more than that. As for you, sir, who's looking for better shooting, let me take a look in back.
Yeah. I mean, what good is that going to do me? I shoot somebody in the face and they can concentrate better?
The magic item.
The idea is that you concentrate better while you're carrying them, I believe.
I'm just looking at the fact that they're magic, so they're not completely worthless, just not far from it.
It's
crossbow
really
bolt.
mostly bizarre that they would put that in a crossbow bolt.
Yes.
Students,
But
man.
at least it will hit something magical in nature.
You know that one happened when like a bunch of students just got like really drunk and just started enchanting anything they could get their hands on.
Or there was just one student that's all they could do, so they did the hell out of it.
Yeah. All right. We got. Ooh, this is fun. You're gonna hate the name of these, and you'll probably want to change it. The teething bolts of duels.
Okay.
It's for that baby you found. Raise him right.
So, 2 effects on it. One is that once somebody's been hit by a weapon, they can't regain hit by these bolts. They can't regain hit points until the beginning of their next turn. And the second is once per short rest, when you crit with the weapon, it casts Compelled Duel on the creature hit. With a DC of 12.
Interesting. I think I will pass though.
Your loss.
Is it though?
Any of the rest of you looking for anything while you're here?
In particular.
We are unsure of the nature of things here. Is there anything you would suggest?
You're looking for weapons? You're looking for armor? Or you're looking for trinkets?
We're more looking for trinkets right now.
Possibly armor.
Let me take a look through what I've got.
Actually, yeah, if they've got any studded leather with any interesting effects, I'd check that out too.
Yes.
So, for trinkets, they have the Benedictine Boots of Defense, which has 4 charges of the Healing Word spell at first level, and gives you the ability to move 5 feet without provoking opportunity attacks whenever you take a dodge action. And they have a Nimble Mask of Protection, which gives you a flat +1 to dex saves and allows you to cast Blade Ward once per day. And a Projecting Cloak of Servants, which lets you send one-way messages to willing creatures within 30 feet, and gives you 4 charges of Unseen Servant.
That book was interesting.
Ooh, they have some studded. It's +1 after the bearer has taken a long rest in a swamp. If the bearer leaves the swamp, the property becomes temporarily inert. And it's +1 at night when attuned to someone evil.
Just kind of staring deadpan at that, blinking occasionally. This place of learning is very confusing.
They're really not very good at what they do.
Yeah, I don't know if it's confusing so much as confused.
Can it not be both?
Fair.
The cloak and the boots at least seemed somewhat useful.
Yeah, the boots might be worth picking up. How much were they?
I call it 50 gold, base price.
The book? You mean the boots?
The boots.
They had 4 charges of Healing Word, and when you take the dodge action, you can take a 5-foot step without provoking.
Oh, I thought that was a book.
No, they're boots.
Ah. Boots of Healing Word?
They are, where the hell are they? Benedictine Boots of Defense.
It's like the healing word makes those interesting, except the unreplenishing part.
Still, it's better than a potion of healing. I'll take it.
All right. They should be. They are now in the magic items folder.
What'd the cloak do again?
The cloak allows you to send mental messages to willing characters within 30 feet. It's one way, and it has 4 unreplenishable charges of Unseen Servant. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong. This is the wrong page. Sorry. Oh, yeah, no, never mind. Same thing.
And you said there's also a mask that gave +1 to dex saves.
Yep, and Blade Ward once per day.
My dex saves already at a +5, but that's not bad.
Do any of these require attunement?
No.
What does the mask look like?
Good question. Similar to like a masquerade mask. It's streamlined instead of bedazzled, though, and it has some feathers attached to the outer edges of it. It adheres to your face, but is easily take offable. Is easy to take off.
Does it require attunement? I'm sorry.
No.
It's +1 dex and Blade Ward.
Yep. +1 to dex saves.
Yeah. Sorry. Also 50 gold?
Yep.
Okay.
Sold to the gentleman with the now snazzy mask.
Last request to look for things. Any daggers?
Let's see. Yes. We have a shading dagger of slaughter. So you suffer no harm or discomfort in temperatures as high as 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And whenever you reduce a creature to 0 hit points, you can use a bonus action to move half your speed towards another hostile creature.
How much?
50 gold. They're all 50 gold here. The good ones and the bad ones alike.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it enough for 50 gold.
To you! If you want, you can always come back tomorrow. We always have a new crop of random items from those fools up at the university.
Maybe we will do that.
It's your choice, sir. Anyways, Monsieur, who actually bought at my store, thank you very much. I hope that you come back here again.
Perhaps I shall.
UA Trinkets always welcomes men such as yourself. He gives you a little bow.
About what time is it when we head out?
Probably around like 10, 11.
Okay. Perhaps the potions shop?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. you head into the potion shop. It's called The Right Stuff. And
Oh!
behind the counter, you see a short little gnome who is frantically stirring away at a cauldron. He turns towards you as you enter. Oh, hello! Hello. Please come in. I'll be with you in just a moment. Feel free to take a look around. You look like adventurers. We've got your basic healing, your basic dark vision as well. Take a look.
Just immediately starts perusing.
She was not lying. She's got some basic potions of healing, a couple of water breathing, one of hill giant strength, and one of fire breath that are available on shelves right now.
Do they have any poisons, venoms, acids, and/or other toxins?
She does have a potion of poison on the shelf. The common healing, the regular potions of healing are 50 each. So I will type them up real quick. For anything more potent than a potion, than just a potion of poison, you'd have to persuade her to show you. She keeps the good stuff in back.
Christona seems very interested in the fire-breathing one. It looks pretty.
Okay. She's still stirring behind her cauldron. If you want anything, it seems like she's assuming you'll bring it to her.
And Christona will grab the fire breath one and wander over the counter and slowly set it down.
Oh, have you made... Ooh, that is a lovely headdress that you're wearing. I love it. You must tell me where you got it. But, oh, you want the fire breath potion.
It's like slowly, like, we made it. Yes.
I see. I will offer you, let's say, 75 gold for the potion of fire breath. She cocks an eyebrow at you, as if waiting for your response.
Looks at it, looks to the lady, looks back at it, curiously looks back at the others and seeing their response to it, possibly, if they know.
Haggle.
What is haggle?
The girl kind of sighs, walks up.
My good man, you do make a persuasive argument. I'll go to 85 for 2 potions of healing for you.
Sounds good.
Pleasure doing business. Most people don't bother trying to haggle around here. It's the strangest thing.
Well, we don't want to insult anybody by saying that you're overcharging or anything.
Oh, nonsense! It's the thrill.
But
I love it.
how can you buy something without haggling? That's just not right.
Exactly!
Christina still looks confused because they keep saying the same word over and over again.
Everybody who comes in here, they're just, oh, they take whatever price I give them. No questions asked.
Are people not supposed to?
Well, that's, it depends. Here, no. Ideally. If you'd like for me to just take your money, then by all means, give me your money.
Turns back to Diggeroy. Will you teach us haggle?
Okay. How do I want to put this? See, the trick is, you're trying to pay as little as possible. They want to get as much money as possible. But nobody wants to do this in a way that makes you not want to do business in the future.
This seems very difficult at odds.
It can be, if one or the other isn't good at it. For instance, you said, what, 75 gold pieces for a
75 for the potion of fire breath, yes.
A single potion of fire breath for 75.
Correct.
See, that would be an excellent deal for 2 potions of fire breath. But for just 1, that seems a bit steep. I'd say something more like, for just the 1, 45 seems more reasonable a price, or certainly something I would be willing to pay.
Roll persuasion. If you're trying to haggle with her.
Absolutely haggling.
What was that, 45 you said?
Just to pull a number out, yeah, 45.
You make an interesting argument, but consider that I too have bills to pay, young one. I have to brew these potions. I slave over that cauldron all day, even when my customers are in here. I'll give you 60 gold.
Speaking of bills to pay, I mean, we have to have some left over to pay the rent, at the end of the day. 50.
We got hit by a fireball recently. We wish to be on the other end.
The gnome woman begins to chuckle. That is as good a reason as I think you'll give me for wanting a potion of fire breath. 55 gold.
Deal.
Deal. She extends a hand.
Shake.
And that, she directs at Christona, is haggling.
We think we understand. Thank you for haggling. And she'll get the 55 and pass it over.
All right. Potion of fire breath for you. 2 healings for Bauer. Sadok, did you want to try for the poisons?
Yeah, so I'll take one of the potions of poison, ask her how much it is, and whether she's got anything a little bit more potent in stock. Ugh.
Hmm. She cocks an eyebrow at you as you come to the front with a potion of poison. An interesting choice for one such as yourself. Why are you looking for more of them?
Well, the potion of poison itself is for mostly research. I haven't dealt with many poisons yet. And it seems like something I should learn how to treat. As far as more potent things, I'm specifically looking for something I might be able to coat some crossbow bolts with.
Ah, you're, I can tell you're a hand, but are you, I suppose, your Tyr or Torn follower?
More or less. I haven't quite fallen into a specific god's clergy yet. More just serving the hands as a whole.
I see, I see. Interesting. Roll another persuasion check for me. With advantage. You gave a good cover story.
Well,
Alright. I've got a couple of things. If you're looking to heal, I'll give you the potion of poison for 37. And I've got a couple of others for crossbow bolts hiding in the back. Let me see if I can't dig them out for you. She comes back out quickly. So I have a couple of things you might be interested in. I have this one. It has a nasty name. It's called Assassin's Blood. It hurts people and makes them less able to do things. So it deals poison damage and poisons things if they fail con save. And then I also have, and she pulls a bottle of completely clear liquid. A bottle of truth serum for you. If you've got the coin.
I'm more interested in the Assassin's Blood, but how much for each?
Well, let's start at 150 gold for each. These are controlled substances, let's say.
I'll pass on the truth serum, but 150 is a bit too much for something as simple as this. And while it may be controlled, you can trust that I will use it responsibly.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Let's say 75 for the blood, as well as the 37 for the poison.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Let's see if I can actually make this for once.
Yeah, let's see.
Nope.
Oh. I'll give you 130 for the blood.
Well, I suppose you're already giving me a little bit of a discount. I could do 130 for both of them.
Another persuasion. You know what? You actually made a decent persuasion check. I'll take it.
Cool.
Sold. If you're looking for more of these, come back some other time. I can find some better ones for you.
I may indeed. Thank you.
All right. She extends a hand,
I'll shake it.
shakes, and hands you your poison.
Yep. So do you have some specific stats for the blood?
Yes. All right. I'll put them in a note in a second.
Okay, that's fine.
And I'm going to say you have enough for, let's go with 10 doses of it.
Sorry, how many? 10?
Yes.
All right.
Istana ends up turning back around and thinking, seemingly looking for something particular, pondering it.
Are you looking for something, my dear?
We are hoping possibly something that combats diseases or poisons, but we are unsure if something here would be effective against what we wish to combat.
Do you have a name of what you wish to combat, dear?
We know it only as the rot. But it is everything.
I'm sorry, without knowing anything more specific, I can't really recommend you something.
Thinks about it a moment, then gives a nod. Perhaps we will have more knowledge soon.
We can, I'll chime in and relay what little we, learned from our experimentation on the island.
So it hates blessings?
It seems that anything that damages kinda works.
But yes, it does appear to be of some sort of abomination in creation. So, yeah, and divine magic seems to work particularly well.
Or at least works with no backlash.
For that, honestly, I'd turn more to a priest than I would to me.
We can swing by the church. They might be able to provide you with some holy water.
Perhaps. I give a nod at that. Thank you for your knowledge, at least.
Oh, no problem. Wish I could help you more, but she shrugs.
People look like they don't have any other ideas. She'll just start heading to the door.
Alright. So, are you all leaving with Christona, or
Yeah.
does anybody want to buy more?
I'm good.
Alright. So, as you're leaving, she waves at you all. Righto! Good having you all here. Come again! She gives a genuine smile at the lot of you. But now you're back out in the Emporium. You're surrounded by merchants hawking their wares. You can hear the shouts of more gnomes trying to sell their robots from across the Emporium Square, and see the hordes of humanity and no-manity and the rest going around you.
Do we know, is there anybody here who's been around here a lot of us? Like, who knows this place?
Diggeroy probably has, Sadok probably has too.
To the two of them, we must find something called hanging noose. Do you know where it is?
Probably know exactly where that is.
It's a bar. There's some important context missing here. It's a bar. She does not mean a literal hanging noose.
They don't have a public gimmick?
She just knows hanging noose. That was all that she was told.
Alright, do I know it as a bar, or do I just know where the public gibbet is?
I mean, the public gibbet will be in front of City Hall. Which is right around there. It's on Fluke Whistle Way.
We are to meet a druid leader at Hanging Noose.
Wait, what?
We are to meet druid leader at Hanging Noose. Just completely says same exact way.
Yeah.
I didn't actually hear.
I'm reasonably sure she gave you some directions from where you were in the Warren.
Did she?
I'm reasonably sure she told you, like, just around the corner or something from where you were in the Warren.
I totally missed that, or at least didn't go into my notes. Darn. Oh, it was in Warren. We remember.
Okay. Did you want company for the meeting? Or do you think they want to meet you alone?
Good question. What would they think about?
Unclear. You met one of them for, like, less than a minute. The professor did refer to them as, like, the nicer of the two druid circles around, but unclear.
Let's give a slight shrug of the shoulders. The one we saw was pleasant enough. We do not know what they wish otherwise. But we wish all to join. You have a better way of explaining. They may understand you better than us in some ways. Urban druids seem much different than our enclave.
I suspect they would be. Alright. I'll tag along. If they ask me to leave, I'll go.
Thank you, Diggeroy. To start heading that way, I guess, to better early than late. Especially finding it.
Alrighty. So the Warren is a tricky place to navigate, but as you leave the hordes of the Emporium and go into the hive of activity that is the Warren, beggars ask you for money as you pass by. At one point, you have who's going with them? Who's that? Deroy's going. Does anybody else want to join in?
I mean, if there's a benefit to it, I'll go, but
She's trying to get us some extra allies.
Or at least knowledge.
so I shouldn't be there. Got it.
You have a fistinator to fight.
Go wrestle the Fistinator, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
I'll come watch Bauer wrestle.
Do it.
I'll be a
Peer
moral support.
pressure!
Follow your dreams.
Don't let your dreams
my
be
dreams
memes.
do not involve a fistinator.
Don't knock until you tried it, man. First rule of Fistinator Club.
Oh no. Alright. Yeah, if you want to stay back, that is totally cool. I'm just keeping it straight in my head as to who is there and who is not.
Yeah, I'll hang back.
Cool. Alright. So you are proceeding through the Warren. You find your way with about an hour of searching and a couple of couple of bad turns. You do find your way back to the alley, in which you found the Elven Druid last night. It is still covered in graffiti. There's still an old man lying in one of the trash heaps out there. But you take a left turn around the corner, follow a couple other streets, and you end up in front of a bar called the Hanged Noose. It has an actual noose hanging outside of its door. Not a full gibbet, but just a rope with a tied into a hangman's noose.
Huh. Looks like my kind of place.
It's a fucking dive.
Exactly.
Yeah, I figured. But yeah, you enter. This is a proper dive bar, not like that shit you got up at the Dog. There are a couple holes in the walls. There's a broken window next to the common room. The patrons are generally rough looking. There's a lot of shouting. Despite the fact that it's noon, there are already people pretty fucking drunk. The bartender is a half-orc fellow who looks at the two of you, and particularly at Cristona. What are you having?
Wait, what was the name of the enclave here? The group that the professor said?
The City Circle.
We are looking for one of the City Circle.
Get a drink first.
Thinking back to last night. Water. And just kind of looks like side of the head.
1 copper.
Pass. She has a silver, she'll just set it on the silver.
He swipes the silver and does not give you change. No change. But he does give you a big tankard full of water. Drink. He scowls at Diggeroy.
Here.
1 copper.
Toss him a copper.
He catches it, fills you a mug full of beer. They're over there, far table. Elf and that bloke carrying a fucking barrel. He shakes his head in disgust. Goes back to polishing a very filthy glass.
Glance over her shoulder at that direction, turn back. Thank you. And then take her tankard and head that way.
All right. So, at the far table, like you said, there's the elf you met last night, and some fucker carrying a barrel for whatever reason.
While sitting down?
While sitting down, yes.
I'm gonna
ask
assume
me.
easy.
Let's look over them. Just to give, I guess, a druidic greeting.
The barrel guy ignores the druidic greeting, looks at the elf. Hoshesh. This is the one I met last night, the other druid. I told her to meet us here. She had some questions. Ah. Sit.
Let's grab a seat.
Oh, Tim. How are you?
My friend.
He motions, points at you, points down at one of the seats.
I sit.
Oi. Oi. Turns to the elf. Talk to him. The elf kind of sighs, but turns towards the two of you. So, you had questions?
Yes. Or requests. We are seeking knowledge or aid in obtaining knowledge. Or potentially simply aid in the future, at least, once we have learned more.
I should warn you. In our circle, nothing comes for free. We are happy to give you aid, but eventually we'll need you to give us aid in return.
The guy frowns at that.
We are willing to assist anyone willing to help.
They both raise eyebrows at that. Ask. What are you looking for help with?
There is a rot, a corruption that we first found in our former home in the below world. It is starting to spread to this part of the world. It has become stronger. It has become much more, and we fear it will cause much destruction if it cannot be held back and destroyed. We are curious if you have seen or heard of such a thing. She'll glance to Diggeroy to fill in some gaps.
We'll just kind of wait to see how they respond to that so far.
The elf looks at you. What does this rot do exactly?
It destroys anything. It corrupts. It eats through all. It has destroyed much of us. It eats and it attacks what it does not like. Just kind of squints, like scrunches the nose slightly, pondering the wording on that.
Terrible smell.
Yes, very.
Barrelman nods. Boy, found a bit out underneath horns.
Frowns at that.
Found out. He says he burned it out? The barrelman nods.
Yes, it reacts to fire, but it can only be contained that way from what we have seen. If it is here as well, it is traveling far and multiplying in many places, and it should be stopped.
And you want our help to do it, I assume.
If the price is fair.
It goes against the balance.
They both raise an eyebrow at that. We can... What sort of help did you have in mind?
Learning more of how it works, what it can do, what can destroy it.
And you want us to look at it?
Like Blinks couldn't understand him.
And you want us... I'm sorry, he's very difficult to understand sometimes. You want us to look at it and acquire this knowledge for you.
To aid in gathering knowledge, we go elsewhere in search. If you have others with knowledge, or those who can spread out further in search, it may be beneficial.
We can talk to the locals at least. There's... Let me think. There's a small group of druids like yourself who live in the tunnels under the university. There's some out in the forests in the Sinaraja. There's a few along the coast and in the grasslands as well of Avalon. We can ask around. And we know a few things about Rod. We can examine it ourselves and see if we can find out something that you haven't. These things are within our power.
Any assistance in such a way is good. Working together may be the only option in stopping its spread. But it is dangerous, and we do not wish others to get hurt. We can only say what we know so far.
Of course. But for us to help you, we need something back.
What do you wish of us?
The night after tomorrow, the members of my circle and I will be heading to the Oilheart foundries, to one foundry in particular. We're going to be disabling it.
Disabling.
Stopping it from making what it's currently making. Well, if you were just in the Emporium, you may have heard the advertisements for it. Something called the Fistinator 5000.
Blink at that. I don't know, did she actually hear any of that? Or was that just like Bauer and...
I think unless Bauer told us about it.
She's just throwing the name out there. You may or may not have heard of it.
Yeah, if Bauer didn't tell us, probably not.
Sorry, what did I tell or not tell about?
Did you tell the group about the Fistinator?
No.
Just an average day in the life of Bauer.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Big robot. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
We had not heard of a Fistinator. What is it?
It's a fighting automata. One of the gnomes in the Oilheart family made it. They're planning to use... Well, the important thing is it's a tool of oppression. It's here to enforce injustice and to beat down the denizens of the Warren. Just like the God's damned urban enclave wants. We will be going there tomorrow night to stop it. What we ask of you is that you go there today with me and we take a look around the premises. Figure out where things are and just get ready for tomorrow night.
I've been giving a slightly sour look at the description of this thing and what it does, and just kind of remembering the sort of creepiness of the other Warforged. We accept these terms. We can help as best we can.
You, friend of our fellow druid, will you help us as well?
Just looking around for now.
For now.
And the for later you don't need our help for?
No.
I can do that.
Good. Good.
I'm slightly surprised, but gives a thankful nod to Diggeroy.
Oh, and one other thing. As you wish for us to look around below and share what we've learned and pass messages, we ask that you look around with us in the Oil Heart Foundries and that you deliver a message to the urban enclave in Gnomesbridge. We have a sealed letter of the type that they prefer. She rolls her eyes. But none of us are quite welcome in the area, so we ask that you deliver it for us. It is directly next. The house at which they gather is directly next to the Temple of Mistra. It literally says the words urban enclave on it. They're not a subtle people. You'll be able to find it.
We accept this task. Anything for help in stopping the rot.
They both raise an eyebrow at that again. I see. Good. Good. Shall we get on with it then? Let's go take a look.
Let's quickly drink the rest of the water and set it down.
All right. All right. We should likely turn into. You've seen pigeons before, haven't you? Can you turn into a pigeon?
Yes, we know pigeon.
Good. I'm going to cast a quick spell on us to shield our presences. And then we can go. She will quickly cast Pass Without Trace on the two of you.
Really, it's just anyone within the distance.
Yes. So the entire bar near her is now magically stealthy.
Ninja drunks.
All right.
I can her head slightly at the. Are we to be a pigeon now?
Oh, yes. Sorry. She wild shifts into a pigeon. Starts flying off.
I will casually stroll down the street following the pigeons.
All right. You casually stroll down the street following the pigeons.
Pigeons, like, one of the pigeons just has a bit, like, of mushroomy moss on it.
It's even dirtier than a regular pigeon. Amazing.
Not saying something. All right. So you fly off towards the center of the city. Uh-oh. 1 second. I just accidentally duplicated a page.
Oh no, attack of the clones.
Something like that. Alrighty. So you're heading into the Oil Heart Foundries, specifically to this tower here. And so roll stealth with pass without trace as well. Just humory.
I'm not sure why they had this. Oh yeah, I have the armor, so that's a 26.
Okay.
23?
23. Roll for the guards just to see if they get a nat 20. The elf rolls a 35.
Stealthy elf? What?
I love pass without trace. It's such a wonderful thing.
I totally took it too. I totally grabbed that one.
Wonderful spell. Alrighty. So, you, Diggeroy, you're not super stealthy, so you decide, let's not chance my luck with getting into the foundry. But the other two of you, you fly through the large open doors and head into the main chamber of it. And so you see below you, there are several elves standing guard on the outside with bows and arrows. You see several heavily armored men standing guard around the processing areas. You see a whole horde of dwarven and gnomish mages who are chanting spells over the steel. And there are several armed guards over by the entrance as well. Make a perception check for me real quick.
Is perception different for a pigeon?
Just use your same one.
Wild shape keeps your mental scores, so it won't be.
That's true. I don't think pigeons have keen sense or anything somehow.
Keen sense for garbage.
Fucking sky rats. That's all they're good for. Alright. So, I mean, yeah. These dwarves are real intent on casting their spells. You have a basic idea of the patterns that these guys are walking in, but the other pigeon next to you stares very intently down at them. And then about 40 or so minutes later, she flies back out the way she came in. They still did not roll high enough to beat any of your stealths. All right. Yeah, you make it back out without incident. Congratulations.
Huzzah!
You fly back to the Hanged Noose. The elf unwild shapes turns to you. Thank you.
Change back. Give a nod. There are many.
We'll send a couple druids down to look at the rot, if you don't mind. Did you notice anything strange about the foundry when you were in there?
We did not, besides the heat and the strange happenings. We tried to make note of patterns.
Oh, it's appreciated, I suppose.
To
I
be
guess that's
fair,
all for now.
it's probably the first time she's ever been in a foundry.
That is true. Probably is. That's fair enough, I suppose. I'll see you around then. You're leaving. Are you leaving Aventine anytime soon?
Tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning.
But we'll be back in a few weeks.
I see. Well, in a few weeks, find us again. She smiles a little bit. We may have some useful things for you.
Thank you for the aid. There was a letter you wished us to pass?
Oh, yes, of course. She digs out a sealed letter. Here you go. It shouldn't be hard to find them.
We'll take it with a nod and put it in our pack.
She gives you a set of directions, and then just to be sure, she turns to Diggeroy and gives him the same set of directions.
That's
Right.
probably for the best.
Is it like really obvious? You just gotta walk up to the place, drop the letter, and leave?
Yes. That's all she wants you to do.
I'll pay a boy to do it.
All right. You're in the Warrens. There are plenty of boys willing to run messages for you.
It was given to us to do.
Yeah, but we want to make sure that they don't know who dropped it off. If you want to follow him to make sure he does it, go ahead. I'd recommend doing the pigeon thing again, though.
Looks kind of conflicted at that, considering if anyone could do it, they would have just paid a boy to do it. We gave our word to do this.
If you insist, I'll leave the boy with the money if she's not willing to give him the letter.
Oi! You're trying to take my... You can't just walk away from me like that. I got a mom to feed.
I left you the coin.
Ah! He shuts up and goes, he gnaws on the coin a little bit and leaves you alone. You are, however, mobbed by a bunch of tiny little orphans. Oh, is he not good enough for you, eh? I can take that letter right to wherever you need to go, eh, sir? Boy, give me that letter, eh?
Piss off, a lot of you.
Human children are strange. Ezra's walking.
It's not just human children.
We do not know many children. We were the youngest in our enclave.
You grew up in the Enclave?
We were found by the Opal Enclave. Once we reached the surface world.
That explains a few things.
Let's arch a brow at that, but keep going.
Alright.
She'll just frown a bit and puff some spores at them.
What?
Just like a dusting of like they're not awakened or anything like that. It's just like poof, just like for dismay at this point. Frustration.
If they land on anybody, they scream at them and start yelling, "Oh shit! What the fuck are these? Holy shit!" But a few. Well, let's see.
Like which of them get allergies?
No, several of them do manage to dodge your spores and keep shouting at you until you're leaving the warren. One of them even finds it super fucking cool that you can just spit spores at people. Oh, lady! How the fuck did you do that? Can you fucking teach me?
Such charming little pipes.
He's forgotten about the letter. He just wants to know how to spit spores at people.
It's literally just like, it's not spitting, it's just so much like a little ring puffing off the hat.
However you do it, I want to know how to.
You are not spores.
He just ignores whatever you says and whatever you say and keeps shouting at you.
Just leaving.
Alright. You leave the... oh, fuck, dropped a chip. You leave the warren. You leave the warren. You cross through the foundry district where you just were, up into Gnome's Bridge. The houses here are much larger than anywhere else in the city. The streets are nice and smoothly paved. The people look happier and more affluent. It's a nicer part of town. There are heavy guard patrols to keep it that way.
Try to find something that says Mistra or looks like a Mistra temple. Diggory knows what that looks like.
It's not hard to find. It's this big fucking temple here. Sorry. There you go. That big temple there. You basically follow the main street through the foundries, hang a right when it hits a T. The Temple of Mistra is right there, and on the other side of the plaza in front of it, you see a big house that does literally say Urban Enclave on it.
Convenient.
Yep.
A dark wooded house, no windows, and a single door with a slot in it.
Just looks like a slot big enough for a letter.
Yeah.
Just head up towards the door, then take out the letter and move to push it through the slot.
The slot clunks behind it.
And then just turn around and start to go.
Okay. You've dropped off the letter. Muy excelente.
Just look at Diggory. We are confused that such a thing is difficult for the others. but we did agree to do this for them.
You shrug. Not like we have much else to do today.
We did get interesting things from the market.
That we did.
We hope that working together will prove useful.
That would be nice. Well, let's head back.
Yes.
All right. Bauer, Sadok, were you guys doing anything while they're up to all their shit?
I don't know. Did Bauer go to fight the Fistinator? Because
No,
I'd pay to see that.
no, he did not.
Oh.
Come on.
Yeah, unless Bauer's doing anything fun, I'm probably just hanging around the church helping out.
I didn't have any plans.
You can come help out at church too.
I could stand outside and look like a person standing outside a church.
Like a loiterer?
I was like, yeah, you could be out front there. Sadok could be the other side. You could be a before and after picture for the church.
Bauer's like older, isn't he?
But
You can't tell with the helmet.
Well, my point is that old people don't loiter. They relax. Ow, loitering is
They
generally
power walk.
That too, I suppose.
Find a mall to power walk through.
depends on how you define 35.
You're human. That's old enough that you can't loiter.
You're human and an adventurer. You're pretty old.
Yeah.
Wow.
It just means you made it.
I'm only level 3, so not sure I agree.
So far, so good.
Level 3 is still better than, like...
I'm not dead yet.
70% of the population?
Oh yeah, see.
Regardless, though. Alright, you guys go help out around the church. You have a few injured people come in from the docks, asking for healing. You have a few people coming in looking for food and everything as well, but nothing super eventful occurs. You're working mostly side by side with the father, and he's just doing his best to help people out as they come. All right. Are you all meeting up back at the church or at the dog?
Imagine the dog.
Yeah, I feel like that's where we're all staying mostly.
Sure.
Are we sure we're meeting at the dog?
The dog? I feel like dog also needs to be in, like, air quotes.
No, there's no air quotes on the sign. Just the question mark. All right, but you meet up back at the dog. The dog, instead of serving people, is now behind the bar. People who are familiar with the bar are just heading up to the bar and ordering as normal. And as soon as you look away from the bar for a second, the dog appears at their tables. Correct orders, ready to go for them. Okay, you're all at the dog, and it's an open table for all of you. It's probably, I don't know, 4-ish in the afternoon at this point.
Let's see about getting some food.
All right. So you can head up to the bar, order whatever food you like from the dog. As soon as you look away, he appears at your table with food prepared for you. He has a tiny little change pouch around his neck, and he kind of lifts his head and thrusts his chest out a bit to push it towards you. While
Pay for it.
wagging.
Is that coin in the pouch thing?
He gives you a little and trots back to the bar.
Dogs have evolved around here.
That is an exceptionally well-trained dog.
Yes.
Can I tell, is that like a wild shape or something?
I mean, you can make an Arcana check or something if you want.
Nature check?
Sure.
Goddamn.
I mean, normally dogs aren't this well trained. Sadok and Bauer, you guys are probably here too if you want to take a crack. Normally dogs aren't this well trained, but I mean, he looks like a normal dog. Yeah, seems like a normal dog to you, Sadok.
No, it is not a normal dog. It is a very good dog.
Aw.
The best of
Yeah,
boys.
Bauer, he is a very good boy. You're sure it's a boy, but beyond that, all you can tell is that he is just a very good boy. Dogs, although precious, are not normally this good boys.
Liar! All doggos are good boys.
Incorrect. Some of them are good girls.
She doesn't really quite understand the gender.
Fair enough. Yeah. Seems like a dog. A very good dog. A very well trained dog. But dog.
Just watching it as it pops up around for a while eating.
It never moves while you're watching is the thing. Eventually, somebody goes up, orders, has to wait a couple of minutes for his food. Starts looking around and spots you staring at the dog. Says, "Hey, stop looking at him. He gets self-conscious."
Blink and take a second to realize it's her being talked to and look over at the person.
As you blink and look over at him, the dog appears at next to the person. Drink and food order on tray. Say, was that so, Han? Thank you. He gives the dog a pat, pays for his food and drink, and takes him.
Let's frown a bit. We apologize at the dog and then looks away.
The dog gives another ruff at you. Anyhow, evening plans for the group. What is up?
Probably carouse again. We got a ship to catch in the morning.
You did find a ship?
Yeah. Old friend of mine.
Do you know many here?
Depends on who's in town.
All right.
Well, they can carouse. Kristona's gonna stick to water tonight after that shit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Who else
Water or
wants
like
that?
ginger beer.
All right. Sorry, the Reddit is apparently down, and I don't actually have the carousing table saved anywhere. It's just on a Reddit page.
Oh no.
Alrighty. I think I have a backup generator. Once.
Did you try refreshing again?
Yes.
Turned it off and on.
It seems to be. Wait, never mind.
That does normally work with Reddit.
Well, I thought Reddit worked because the page redrew, but the circle's still spinning, so.
Yeah, it's. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Give me a sec. I have a backup generator. I'm just gonna do all of them at once. Bowers is quite interesting.
Yay?
Oh, I'm so glad I sent this one out.
Oh boy. All right. these are all kind of fun. We're gonna start with Diggeroy's first, though, because I think it'll be the shortest. Diggeroy,
See,
you awaken in your bed at the dog. On your chest is a small sack filled with gold. Holy shit, that's a lot of gold. Ignore the times 10.
okay.
You find a small sack on your chest filled with 17 gold, and a note from one of the other local bars saying, "Holy shit, you were on fire tonight. If you ever want to come back, by all means, come by the Wicked Spoon again. We'll set you up with some good beer, as long as you promise to set up a party as great as you did last night. Shame about your friends, though."
I carefully inspect myself for bruises, scratch marks, or other signs of injury.
Nothing more than a standard night out.
All right. I'll jot down the name of that bar.
The Wicked Spoon. So, Sadok,
Yep.
you do not wake up in your own bed. You awaken on a pad of stuffed straw behind a prison door. It is initially dark. You're not quite sure where this prison is, but there is someone else in here with you. He is looking at you. He's saying, "Oh shit, man, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. This is the maximum security shit. We gotta get out. We gotta get out. We gotta get out." Okay, you look resourceful. Can you pick a lock? Can you float through walls? Can you fight me? Can you start a riot? Do you have any usable? Can you make a shiv?
Okay. These are all either things that I cannot do or sound like a terrible, terrible thing to do. Excuse me, guard. I would like to get out of the drunk tank, please.
No, you're not in the drunk tank. You're in maximum security, man.
Well,
Guard opens the door. Are you sober yet?
Indeed I am. This fellow, however, is clearly not. Or
Yeah. He's been in there for 3 days. He's been acting like that for 3 days. Which was funny enough the first day, but is starting to get a little concerning. You look like the adventuring sort, right?
Me? Yeah, more or less.
You up for a bit of gold?
Sure.
You find out whatever the hell it was that he's on and who sold it to him and where it comes from. Then I will personally make sure that the City Watch pays you however much you feel is necessary. Say 1,000 gold or so.
Alright. I'll walk over to him though and perform an examination, try to see if I can glean any more details about what the hell's up with this guy.
Roll medicine and arcana. So he is sweating. Pupils are dilated. He is pale. He's clearly been dosed with something. He's also, clearly not totally. He doesn't understand where he is. Closer examination yields some flickers of not totally natural electricity coming off of him as well, though. What those might be doing, though, you are not sure.
I'll share this information with the guard. I'll also mention that, keeping him locked up in the drunk tank probably isn't the best way to handle this guy. Offer to escort him to the church. They might be able to help a little bit more.
By all means, I'll come with you. Make sure that he. Well, can't let him go unaccompanied. You gotta understand that.
Fair enough. Much appreciated.
All right. Let's get him to the church then.
Yep. When we get there, I'll share what I found out with whichever priests are in charge of healing him today.
They look concerned, but they nod. They've seen. We've seen something similar to this going around, but normally it's on dead bodies or those who are about to be dead. It's good that you brought him to us. We'll take care of him, and after he is awake and in his right mind again, we can have a talk with him, try and figure out where he found it.
Well,
or he found whatever he's on.
I suppose when he's in this altered state, unless it's affecting his memory, he might still be able to tell us that. I'll pull him aside and just ask him where he scored whatever it was that got him high.
Roll persuasion.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Man. Who are you? You got me out of max security? Holy shit! That was awesome! Man. Okay. Let me tell you. You go down into the docks. You go to the back door at Scratch Badge House. Ask for L Lightning.
Now there's a euphemism if I ever heard one. Go to the back door.
I'll tell you something else. He leans in, like hand covering his mouth on one side. It's definitely not his real name.
Good to know. All right.
I deduced it using my cunning and detective skills. That's why they locked me up in maximum security. I was too cunning.
I see. Well, tell you what. If you stay here, you'll be able to avoid them, because this place, they've got the guards under wraps, and they won't find you here. Also, if you listen to these gentlemen, it'll take a while. They'll be able to get you an even better high.
Yo! You promise, man?
Oh yeah. So just listen. Just do what they tell you. Take anything they give you, and you'll be just fine.
Yo. Alright. This guy. Bring it in. He goes for a hug.
I'll give him a hug.
Aw,
He gives you a
Nubis
good
buddy.
He gives you a good hearty hug, backslapping and all. It goes on for a little longer than would normally be comfortable, but
That's okay.
You are the king of the stoners.
Not the first time I've been called that.
Them.
Okay. Let the priest know that he should be cooperative. Let the guard know about the place in the docks. So, you boys need help with that, or is that enough for the reward?
Not yet. We need something that we can actually take to court. Especially with a scratch badge. If they're involved, then...
So, let's see, what, you just want me to go buy some stuff off there?
Not just buy something. We need hard proof. And we need to know how they're making this stuff. What goes in it? How are they making it?
Look, would it be easier if I just grabbed one of them and brought them back to you? Would that be enough? I mean, I'm just, I'm after hearing that, people have been dying on this stuff, I'm just interested in helping out at this point.
Fair enough. Tell you what. Come back here. Find us again in a couple of weeks. We know the scratch badges are involved. We can watch them. We can see if we can find out what they're doing, why they're selling this shit, and try and set up a sting for them. If you just grab somebody from their house off the street, it's gonna cause a problem.
Makes sense. Fair enough.
Come find me again in a couple weeks.
Sure.
Oh, shit. Didn't give you my name. Name's Gettix.
Gettix?
Gettix.
Can you spell that? Alright.
Ask for me at City Hall. They'll know where to find me.
Alright. I will thank him for his time and head out to find the others.
Alright. They're likely back at the dog.
Oh yeah, Aventine Vice.
Bauer.
Yes.
You wake up in your bed. In a bed. You're now in a room that has two beds in it. And somebody is sleeping in the other one. In your hand, you hold a very official-looking piece of paper. It basically described your terms of ownership over shit. I don't have a name. One sec. I don't have a name for this person, but basically over the person in the other bed. You own a slave.
Oh shit.
I'll wake them up so I can ask them some questions.
Hmm? Oh, shit. Sorry, sir. Blasted headache. Are you quite all right? Do you need some water or anything?
I'm fine, but how did you become a slave exactly?
Oh, it's well, I was poor. I went to one of the schools in Helgedoma, and I applied for entry.
But
Basically, you're allowed to sell yourself in Helgedoma, and well, become a slave. You enter into school, you learn valuable skills, um, and you devote yourself entirely to whoever your owner is. And in return, they have certain responsibilities to you as well.
right. So if I were to set you free, you would have somewhere you could go or something you could do, right?
Not here. He looks a little
Well,
bit fearful.
I mean, in this
Um,
room, I think there'd be hard pressed to find anything to do. But what about in this city?
um, Aventine doesn't think much of former slaves. They think the idea of owning a person is barbaric. If you wish to free me, I'd ask that you get me a ride back to Helgidomer. Where I can at least be amongst my people.
Okay, how about this? How about you just hang out here with us, and then next time we go that way, we'll get you there.
You sure? You seem uncomfortable with me.
Not a fan of slavery, no.
Well, you're well within your rights to set me free. But I would, if my opinion is of importance here, I'd ask that you do it not in Aventine. Give me my own contract, give me a few gold, and I'll head to Helgidoma. Take care of my own paperwork.
Works for me.
He bows deeply to you. um, my name, he bows to you. My name is Johann. Johann Marson. If and when you come to Helgidoma, I would appreciate it if you would come find me, that I may give you my thanks.
Okay. How much gold do I need to give him?
5 gold.
Okay. After I throw him the gold, I'll go wander back to the dog.
Alright. You are at the dog. You're the dog. You're just in a different room. than you originally had.
Then I will go head back to my room if I don't find everyone before that.
I assume everybody else is kind of down in the common room.
Yeah.
Then
Eventually.
I'll head that way.
Waiting for everybody to get up.
Christona's just kind of scrutinizing him as he comes down.
Alright. Your ship's ready. Whenever you're ready to go.
Yeah, as soon as everybody's up, I'll lead them all to the ship.
Alright. Alrighty then. So, you take everybody that way.
On the way down, just like hang back with Bauer a bit and like look up at him and, do you always buy people when you carouse?
Why are you assuming I bought someone?
She wasn't drunk.
There was no mention of how I acquired said person.
How did he acquire said person?
Oh. You didn't ask Johan, and you don't remember.
I was thinking she
Damn,
might have
keep it
been
that way.
tailing him.
Why would you tail me of all people?
Because you got the drunkest. Trying to
feel
learn
like,
about drunkenness.
I feel like the person that ended up in the drunk tank probably got the drunkest.
Probably.
But you bought a person.
You're making wild accusations here.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get drunk and wind up with a person under my care. I woke up drunk and got us a job. Which
Maybe I
is
saved
all
this
part of it.
person, alright?
I performed well.
Yeah,
Did a job.
I got us a valuable contact later, maybe.
That is true.
Scrutinize, scrutinize. Judge, judge.
Nevertheless, since we're not actually sailing the boat, while you guys aren't, doesn't matter how sober or drunk you are at the moment. I just need you all sober enough to actually make it to the docks.
Not wrong.
Well, if the land's moving already, then getting on a boat's not going to be too much different.
Well reasoned.
Christiana checks the ground just to make sure she's not missing something.
Alright. No, the ground is not moving underneath you, Christona.
Okay, good.
Or, wait.
Is there an
No, the ground is
earthquake?
not moving the ground is not moving underneath you.
There are no earthquakes.
Alright. So, you head down to the docks. I cannot remember and forgot to write down your pirate captain friend's name. Do you remember Dick Roy?
I do not. Monterey. It was Monterey.
Monterey! Yes, that's right.
Yeah, Monterey Jack.
Yes, Monterey Jack. How could I forget Monterey Jack? All right.
Captain
You
Cheese.
find Monterey Jack and his ship, the Jack Monterey, at the port. He is herding his crewmen onto the ship. Oi! Get on the ship, you scurvy lads! Hey,
Captain!
Diggeroy! Good to see you, lad.
Good to be seen. Permission to come aboard.
Permission granted.
Up the gangplank.
These are fine passengers you're bringing on board my ship, eh?
They are indeed.
Alrighty. Come aboard then.
Sit on up.
Alrighty. The lot of you, where are you heading?
What's the name of that island?
Scale 'em.
All right. Do we want to head back to? Did we want to head back to our own island first, or to the scale first?
I mean, is there anything we need back on the island?
I just kind of want to check up, but I have the emergency beacon. I'm assuming that didn't go off.
It did not. No.
Let's get to Scotland then.
Alright. So it's about a 2-week sail from Aventine to Scale 'em. Your trip passes relatively uneventfully. You have a brief skirmish with a couple of Sahuagin, or however the hell it's pronounced. A couple of light wounds, but nothing serious on some of the crew. You have a brief run-in with one of the Stormblades. But they're mostly just checking in to see, hey, are you hurting or stealing from anybody this trip? No? Stay safe. And you make it to Scale. There she is, Diggeroy. The ruined city of Scalen. He gestures out to her. Look at that bloody place. Damn near ruined. Ruined! Nothing left closer to shore. All of it fucking washed away.
Nevertheless,
Why in the hell did you want to come here, boy?
I heard a rumor. Wanted to check it out.
Well, a couple of spots of druids on the island. I think they're the only ones that live here nowadays. Trying to see if they can get shit to grow here again. There's that big church around back that those Umberley people used to live in. Might be worth checking out. Then there's what's left of the city itself.
Yeah. I see it not being there. Anyway, you can land us near that one group of druids. Might be nice to say hi to them and get the lay of the land first.
Probably. It'll be a bit of a hike, but we can get you there.
All right. And then I'll point out that there is a cult operating out of that other island. And they may be operating in this general vicinity as well.
Which other island? You're going to have to be more specific.
The one to the east of us. That their headquarters is supposed to be. I can't remember the name of it.
The one that's off the edge of the map?
Are they Regillium?
No. No. The places with purple are the places that were mentioned to you.
Then I'm probably talking about Ari then.
All right. What, you want us to do something about it?
I'm just saying that if you decided to go after them yourself, they're not going to have a lot of friends to complain about it.
Fair enough. They haven't anything good last time you dealt with them.
The usual.
Much food.
Supplies, things like that. But if you ever want to lift an entire ship, they're the people to try.
Kind of heavy, wouldn't it?
Gotcha. Perhaps I'll try to take a look down there. How long you'll be staying?
I think we need a few days.
Righto.
If I had my own ship, that's where I'd be heading anyway. All right. Thank you very much for the ride.
Oh, not a problem. Good to see you again. Gonna see if we can't make ourselves some profit while we're out here. We'll be back for you in 3 days. Savvy?
Savvy.
Alright. And be careful in this place. It's fucking cursed is what it is.
That's why the good stuff's still there. Let's get that boat down.
Sorry?
Let's get that boat down. I imagine we're rowing to shore.
Yeah.
You most certainly are.
Castona, give a
Alright.
nod of thanks to the captain. Thank you. Your ship is very easy to remember the name of. And then just headed back.
Aye, it certainly is. That's why we made her. Alright. So you get dropped into a rowboat. You start heading towards Scalum. Scalum's fairly flat, but physically a lot of it is just exposed rock. A lot of the dirt and topsoil on it has just been completely washed away and never really came back. The only real patches of green are the two little druid places where druids have decided to try and make a home for themselves.
Yeah, once we're on shore, she's just gonna idly, kneel, duck down and grab some of the earth and just kind of shift it through her fingers. Just studying it.
It's make a nature check. It's not healthy earth. This is not a healthy place. There is nothing growing here for a reason.
Let's have a sour look at that and frown. Poor island.
Let's see if we can figure out what these Trinity people are doing here then.
All right. You head up to the druid place then.
Yep.
Alrighty. So the druids are. You come up towards the enclave. You notice that there starts to be a bit more soil as you're coming in, which eventually actually turns into grass. There are a couple of small little shacks set up that the grass seems to be originating from. It's likely midday when you arrive, but nobody comes out to greet you.
Do we see or hear anyone around?
Perception checks all around, please. No, none of you see or hear anybody around.
Christine will go forward a bit towards one of the huts, tents, or whatever, and call out a druidic greeting.
Alrighty. So you head towards it. You call out your druidic greeting at the shack. There is no response.
Slowly just
Start
head up to
looking
the
around
shack.
for like tracks or trying to smell a campfire or see if I can figure out when the last time someone was actually here.
Give me either perception or investigate. Oh, you have good perception. No smell of campfire, but you do manage to find some tracks that lead. Let me check the map. Southeast of you. Generally, that away direction.
Right.
That away.
So is it just one shack here?
There's 3 total.
Okay.
They're built around a small hill. Around and into the hill.
Christine will go up to one of the huts and gently knock on it. On the door.
There is no response from within the hut.
A glance back. No one here. Did my Discord die?
No,
Okay.
I'm here. I can hear you. Is everybody else still there?
Yeah.
We're all just being very quiet.
Okay.
Be very, very quiet.
the,
We're hunting woods.
So there's no evidence of people actually being here, at least within the past day or two. But there are tracks off to the southeast.
Yeah.
Have we opened any of the shacks?
No. You have knocked on the door and then sat there for a minute trying to decide what to do next when nobody answered.
I'll carefully open one of the doors.
There is no one inside. There is some basic, extremely basic comforts. There's a fur blanket. There is what looks to be some salted meats sitting in the corner, and a couple of scrolls. But there is a door into the hill in the back of the shed.
Okay. I'll listen at the door.
You hear a gentle humming from within, but nothing else.
Knock on that door. Say hello.
You hear no response from within.
Does the humming continue?
It does.
Is it just like persistent hum, like the machines in the other island?
Yes, though slightly higher pitched.
Open the door.
You open the door into an earthen cave carved out from within the hill. It's lit by a couple of floating balls of light, and they illuminate for you a magic circle. It is covered and inscribed with druidic markings, and within it stands a totem of a shark atop a staff, sitting at the center of the circle.
Hey, Christona.
Well, she'll head over and peek around Digroy.
Point into the room with staff in it. What do you make of this?
Let's kind of try and study it, like do the narrowing eyes, scrunch nose type thinking hard. But slowly.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check. It's something meant to. It's a basic fertility enhancer, but it's augmented a bit to actually grow what's needed as opposed to just augmenting what's there. But it's basically a totem that's set up to attempt to regrow some of the surrounding area.
She'll step back a bit and pull Digroy away. Do not touch. It is making the land better again. It is keeping it green.
Close the door again. Get out of the shack.
All right.
I think we should check the other two buildings.
All right. Within the other two buildings, you find pretty similar setups: blanket, bedroll, a couple of scrolls, and a door to within the mount. They all open onto the same magic circle.
We were curious whether one needed to be here to keep the grass growing, but they have found other ways, so they must have gone off somewhere.
Well, the tracks go southeast. I didn't see any tracks going any other way. There's supposed to be a church there.
There is. Monterey likely would have taken you kind of on a... Scalem's not a super big island. Monterey likely would have taken you on like a circle of the island, just so you could see where things were. Such as there are things here.
Yeah. Well, let's go check that out then. I think.
We would like to meet with them also.
Yeah. Right. So it's about 4 miles to the church.
So we'll get there around nightfall.
Likely, yes. So, you do need to cross this here river.
I don't remember if I have water walk.
If you do, that simplifies things greatly.
Let me check a thing.
I mean,
Oh no, it's third level. I don't have third level spells yet.
No, it can't be that big a river.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, you can... The tracks do take you... Whoops. Sorry, that was accidental. The tracks do take you down like into the foothills, and so you can take a brief detour into the Delastane Mountains and head back south. So for most of this, you're just on barren earth. Well, you're not on the washed out stone that you were on before. But as you get closer and closer to the church, you start actually seeing some form of vegetation. Big shock. The dead trees around it eventually give way to the cathedral, which is a rather squat thing. It looks as if it's only about a floor or so above ground. It is gray stone walls, a blue roof, and the front door of it opens directly onto the water, more or less.
Once again, any sign of people here?
Well, if you loop around to the front, you don't see people, but you do see some neighborhood-friendly monsters if you loop around to the front of the church.
Da-da-da. It's a Hogwin.
Sahagwin and another guy who's I gave them purple tags because they're kind of hard to see against the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sahagwin and a Marrow, it looks like. hanging out in front of the church next to an abandoned boat.
Back in the party cave.
They are standing at the front steps leading down into the water, and before the entrance, the main entrance into the temple. You guys are going to enter from the right-hand side of the scene, which is more or less the north side of the temple. So that's where you're coming down from. But you have a bunch of monsters. The door to the temple is... Yeah. I'll draw an X on it for you if you want.
Yep.
And some monsters. What do?
I'm trying to pass without a trace to get by them.
Alrighty.
Unless, like, would Christina know if there are any druids that are like Marrow or Sahagwin somehow?
It wouldn't be the weirdest thing. Are Sahagwin sentient? I feel like they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're Sahagwin. Yeah, Sahagwin and Marrow are sentient. So yes, they can theoretically be druids.
Given the staff type, could it be possible that these are the ones that set up the huts?
I mean, theoretically.
I look like the others. Should we attempt to communicate? They could be druids. The staves had sharks.
I mean, I guess we can.
I mean, I don't think it'll work, but, you know, it could.
Yeah. I mean, what's the alternative?
Stab them.
Well, if the talking fails, we can do that anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we should
Talk with the
probably
stabbing.
not jump directly to stabbing if we don't know that they're hostile.
The thing is, once we go to stabbing, we can't go back. So let's
Why aren't
try
you talking to me, Stab?
I will see if they understand. Head up a little bit and do the druidic reading again and see if they acknowledge it or say anything.
How far away are you from them? Can they hear you? Yeah, they can probably hear you if you shout loud enough.
Or at least enough where I don't have to scream. I'll probably get a little bit closer, depending on.
Yeah, that's fine. They hear your greeting. They, one looks towards the other and kind of gurgles at them, like, oh! That wasn't a very good gurgle, but you know what I mean, I think.
So like a punch and chewy gurgle.
The Sahagwin gurgle at each other. They ready their spears and start coming up the steps. And the Marrow comes up after them.
They're looking hostile at this point.
They've got weapons raised and are coming up.
Well, grab the staff, cast Shillelagh, and sigh.
Alright. Everybody please roll initiative. Let's see if I did this properly. Yes! Haha! Ooh, they even rolled a 20. So don't break it. What's your dex?
16. So plus.
Yeah, you beat them. You'll go first.
Yeah. Oh, and I should actually have advantage on that, but I doubt I'll roll higher anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Alrighty. Oh, the marrow did not roll well. Good. Alrighty. So, Sadok, you are up.
Okay. Well, they are too far away for me to get into ideal range of the hand crossbow, but I have advantage from first turn anyway, so it doesn't matter. These guys count as humanoid, right? The Swaggin?
Yes, they do.
Sweet. I'm gonna shoot the closest one.
Alright.
I am going to fail to shoot the closest one at least once.
10 will not hit him. A 17 will, however.
Cool.
So, your first shot goes wide, but your second shot sinks deep into him, into his flank. He screeches out and looks for whoever hurt him.
Alright. I believe that'll be it for me.
Alright. It is now their turn. They're going to move up. And yeah, they're totally out of range. Romero's actually going to wander back into the water because that's faster for him to go through there and climb. Oh wait, it's not his initiative. Never mind. The Sahagwin are just up there. Kristona. Are you talking? Because I cannot hear you.
Shit, sorry. Just gonna go and cast Fairy Fire on the two up top.
Alright, that's dex save? Yep.
Yes.
One makes it, the other does not. So we're going to say the second one is Fairy Fired. Your Fairy Fire is green, if memory serves.
Yes.
Alright, well, He is very fired and covered in green.
Alright. Yeah, just have Shillelagh up, just in case.
Alright, cool. Digoroy, you are up.
I am. Move up to there. Cast Blade Ward.
Okay.
It's over there. And say bonus action. Inspire Bauer.
Alrighty. Excellent.
Actually, no, I'm gonna inspire Sadak.
Ah. Alright. Cool. You shout some inspiring words to Sadok. Sadok, you are inspired.
You got it, buddy.
Get him! Yeet those bolts at him, or some such. Oh. Alright, Bauer, you're up.
Gonna sprint to there.
Alright, cool. Alrighty. It is the Marrow's turn. He's actually going to jump off the side of the stairs, and kind of head over to here. And that's where he's going to end his turn for now. He is at the bottom of a small cliff. So he does have a bit of cover right there. But he also cannot see any of you to attack you. Sadok, you're up.
Alright, I'll move a little bit closer. They are still beyond my ideal range. This will be with disadvantage, but I will try to shoot.
Could I aim for the one with the fairy fire?
Oh, yeah, good point. Let me do that instead, which would make that a 15 to hit.
Yeah, the one with fairy fire is is the one in back.
I mean, that's fine. Hand crossbow, 30, 120.
Oh, it's Oh, I thought it was 2060 for some reason. Okay, cool. Cool. All right.
So I can hit the one in the back if he gets hit by a 15.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit him.
Sweet. And let's do it
So
again.
you sink one into him, and you sink another into him, and he is almost dead.
Cool.
He is looking pretty bad. But they're both going to scooch up. One of them is going to move forward and make a. He's going to make a. Oh!
Yep.
Against Cristona. Yep. Of course, he rolled a 1 and a 2 for damage.
Ow.
And then
We are bleeding.
Yep. And then he's going to make a spear attack as well. A 13 does not hit you, I assume.
Nope.
Alrighty. And then the second one is going to huck its spear at you. And a 7 will miss you. And that is the Sahaglin's turn. Cristona, you're up.
So, use Shillelagh on this one.
Go for it. A 12 will hit.
Oh, wow.
Ow. And an 11 will actually kill it.
Doink.
You smack it upside the head and kill it. Good job.
Frown at it. We did try to greet.
Diggeroy, you're up.
Move to there. And take the dodge.
Oh shoot, wait, what's the DC for concentration check on Fairy Fire?
10 or half the damage.
Yeah, 10 or half.
Okay. So, yeah, I gotta roll that.
Alright. There you go. You killed it. Alright, so you're dodging Diggeroy?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Waiting for the
in my head,
marrow to come up.
Yeah, in my head, I really want for the dodge action to be like a PC just dancing in place, like waiting for somebody to try and hit them. In reality, I know that it's like you're standing there ready to dodge, but I really want it to be just somebody dancing in place. All
Macarena.
right, Bauer, you're up. You have advantage on this, so you'll hit with a 20, and that will kill him. He did.
No, I think that's about all I can do this turn. So,
All right. Cool. The marrow is going to climb up that real quick. And he's going to move. Yeah. And he's going to bite, and this is the wrong character sheet. He's going to bite, and actually, no. You know what he's going to do? He's going to stand here. He is going to attempt to harpoon Cristona. A 9 does not hit you, I assume.
Yeah,
No, it
just
does not.
tilt the fungus hat away.
Wow, these guys cannot roll for shit. So he's going to move up, and he's going to try and bite you. And that should hit you.
Oh yeah. Ow.
Oh yeah. Ow.
There we go. That is the Marrow's turn. Sadok, you're up.
Okay. Does this guy count as humanoid?
No.
Okay. That off then. I am still gonna shoot him twice.
All right.
Nice.
Oh, hey, what do you know? You hit him. Twice. So you land a pair of shots, one into his flank and the other dead center of his chest.
And
And he screeches and gurgles at you for shooting him.
Are they speaking Aquan?
The Sahagwans only speak Sahagwan. Yeah, the Marrow will probably use Aquan at you.
I understand that.
Um, something to the tune of, "You water polluting son of a whale! I'm going to gut you and display your intestines on my prow."
Right.
Is he mad?
Have a Snickers, you're hangry.
How can he be hangry? He just took a big bite out of you.
Half drow aren't filling.
Kristona, you're up.
Okay. Well. Whack. Maybe.
Yeah, 15 will hit him. You give him a nice crack upside the head. He's looking pretty bloody and hurt at this point.
But, well, yeah. Yeah. So step over here to give Sudoka better angle.
Nice. Diggeroy, you're up.
Step up.
Yeah,
There we go.
That'll hit him. That will definitely hit him. You crash down on him with your booming blade, and yeah, you hit him, nail him with your weapon, and a cage of booming energy forms around him, crackling and occasionally booming.
Actually, that should only be 9 damage.
Nice.
Fix my macro.
I will give him 2 health back. All right. Power.
And I might as well use the extra charge on Mage Crasher if I hit him.
Sounds like a plan. That'll hit him.
So that should be 1 lightning damage.
All right. And that will actually kill him. How would you like him to die?
Yeah, just cut his head off and cauterize the wound.
All right.
Nice.
Cauterize the wound just so that the blood doesn't get all over you guys. Classy move. All right. You lash out with Mage Crasher, lightning crackling from it as it whistles through the air. You get a nice clean cut, and the head of this monstrosity comes flying off. Without blood, however, you burn it before it can bleed on you. And it is dead.
Kristona nods to Bauer and lowers his staff and pokes at the bite wound. Try to wipe some blood away.
All right. So the Sahagwin and the Marrow are dead. The temple entrance lies open to you all. And the tracks of your missing druids lead right up to the entrance. I think that's where we're going to end for the evening, my people.
Okay.
Huzzah! So yeah, I will not be able to make next week.
Alright, no worries.
Chris, you gotta record it for me.
I can try. I haven't been doing a lot of that recently, so.
Cool. But I also realized I will not be able to make it the week after, too, because that's Dragon Con Monday, and I will probably still be in a car.
Fair enough. We'll just have to do the next 2 sessions without the druid. Oh no.
Sigh. I need, I need a,
shit,
shit, what do they call that?
It's not my party who's gonna be dying.
I need a simulacrum. I need to be able to do everything.
Not yet. You're level 3. You cannot have a simulacrum.
Well, Christina will never have a
You're not
simulacrum. I mean, Mimi.
Oh, yeah.
So I can make games.
You cannot have a simulacrum either. Alas, the world does not work that way.
Stop harshing my mellow man.
Man, if you think I could have a simulacrum, you don't think if I could have a simulacrum I would? I would absolutely have one of those.
I would Pumat soul that shit.
Sure.
Sorry, Critical
I
Role
don't know
reference.
that. Okay.
The shopkeep has like 4 of himself.
Huh. That would be neat for a shopkeep.
He's the best.
Alright. So yeah, that is it for this evening. Yeah. That's
Diggory's
all I
got the
for you
nomination
guys.
for this one.
Yeah,
do-
it ended up being a bit more role play and hang around in town than I intended, but I hope you guys still enjoyed it.
It did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Sadak though for the actually doing the religious guy thing.
For actually doing the religious guy thing. Okay. Could
Such
you
religious
be more
guy.
specific?
Helping the poor lost soul with his
the
addiction.
drug guy.
Oh,
Like
the drug
actually
addict.
taking
Yes.
him to the church and following through with that. It's a nice little scene.
All right. Congratulations. Enjoy your inspiration next week.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Questions, comments, concerns?
No, all good. Just besides I can't make it and I'm sad.
Right.
Nobody die.
I make no promises.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
No, heal
Don't
me.
die. That's an order.
All right.
All right. Night, guys.
Night.
Good night.
Thanks for the game.
Right.
Later.
GG.